Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to March Madness Butterflies and Flowers. This is Added Dash of Glitter Week, which you know is my favorite. Okay, let's go to my Facebook page real quick. On here is where you get to vote, which in the Added Dash of Glitter Week since January of this year, you guys have been helping me choose an adventure for our cards, which I absolutely love. I hope you do too. I'd love to hear feedback on that. And this is where that happens. So for those of you who subscribe to YouTube, thank you so much. Continue to do that, but hop on over to Facebook and vice versa. If you're on Facebook but you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please hop on over and subscribe to YouTube. This is my demonstrator website, and on here you can order at any time. And of course, hello, my friends. I am here to help you order as well. So if you see some things that I'm using or I'm doing some stuff and you're like, I kind of think that I could use that or I would do that, I would gladly help you put an order together. The butterflies that we're doing right now are special, that you can order them right now in the month of March in a big bundle. So you're getting a special bundle price. They will be available in the new catalog that is coming out, my friends, very, very soon. But I don't think it'll be available in a bundle. So there is the difference for you. They're giving you a special price right now with the bundle. Okay, Magic Box! Super, super excited. I'm always excited to be here with you guys, but I'm super excited this week because, excuse me, I am better, but I was very, very sick. And my husband was actually sick, which he is never sick, like never, never, never. He actually took 2 days off of work. No COVID, thank you, none of that, but massive sinus infection. For me, it started with my husband, then me and my daughter got sick as well. So really kind of cruddy with that whole thing. But I'm happy to tell you it was only a couple days and I am feeling so much better. There's a huge, huge praise for me. And I did not have to take antibiotics or steroids, which is also a humongous praise for me. Magic Box empty. So there you go. Super, super happy. So our theme this month is March Madness, Butterflies and Flowers. I love butterflies. If you don't love butterflies, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, and I will show you, if you don't love butterflies, a lot of people who are not butterfly fans, which is totally fine. You do not have to be a butterfly fan. There is this amazing dragonfly, which I think would appeal to you, that you could do the same thing that I'm doing today with the dragonfly. And it already has some flowers involved in it, and it has a punch involved with it. So I just want to kind of highlight options. You see something that I'm making and you're like, yeah, it's not really my style, not necessarily my colors, then the dragonflies might totally appeal to you. Very earthy toned, very fun toned, and you could do the exact same things that I'm doing but with the dragonflies. That's what I mean when I say I can help you. Sometimes you see a video, you see what I'm making, but maybe what I'm making isn't like 100% appealing to you. There are other options, okay? So the flowers that we're using today are Forever and Always, excuse me. I am better, but my throat, I haven't been talking all that much, to be perfectly honest, which I know sounds crazy, but I haven't been talking very much. And the Butterfly Brilliance is what is the bundle right now. We're using all of these butterflies. Now, these were hand cut, but they both come with die cuts so that you can step it up and you can use your die cut machine to cut them out. And the flowers you can cut out as well, and the love and the always. Those are the pieces that we're using. Now, I'm showing you that because I already did all of the pre-cutting. You do not need to watch me cut 1,000 times. So I kind of took a day and did all of the cutting for that. But these are the two main things that we're using. Now, I don't want to say cheat, but I did use these mini messages. I talked about this in the end of February, that this is in the mini catalog, and I really don't want you guys to miss it. It is one solid stamp with this die cut. Now, you could get it without the die cut and cut it by hand, but the die cut, what the die cut does is it actually creates little individualized tags for you which are actually pretty amazing. I'm going to pull one out because I am going to use one or the other of these today. But the words are huge as well. Thank you for being you. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Be strong, be brave. You've got this. Sending a smile your way. Just wanted to say, thinking of you with sympathy and prayers. Just a card to say hello. Sending happy thoughts. I'm happy to celebrate these moments with you. Wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. Hooray, it's your birthday. Hi there. Oh, happy day. Your kindness means more than you could ever know. Do you see what I'm saying? These are like huge, huge, huge. They go with everything. I don't want you to miss out on this because I feel like this could just be like kind of looked over in the catalog. Now, this little holder holds most of my words, but I told you I was looking for a different type of holder and I found it. So I want to show it to you today. Down here, there are two of them. I got this at Walmart for $10 for both. There are two pieces exactly alike and they actually lock together. And they have all of this. I'll turn it sideways. All of this. Look at all my butterflies. You guys, I wasn't kidding when I said like I punch out butterflies and cut out butterflies. So all of that space, and then these red pieces remove if you want to move them around a little bit. And this is where my little box fits. So my words fit in there. And then my longer words from that thing fit in here. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that because I have been looking for something to store kind of all of my words or whatever, and so that's what I found for that. So we are using a word from that today just because I just really want to highlight that. I think that you guys, I don't want you to miss it. I just don't want you to miss it. Okay, so the accordion fold, let's talk about the card super quick and then let's talk about what your votes were for this card, which super fun. I love it when you guys vote with me. Okay, so you start with a 10.5. 10.5. Normally it's 11. This is United States, by the way. This is measurements in the United States. 10.5 this way, 8.5 this way. And then if you can see, there's a little mark at 3 inches on both sides. You see that little mark? Then I'm gonna back up here to see if you could kind of see it. So the goal that you're going for, move it so you can see a little bit. You're trying to get, you're doing the 3-inch mark and the 3-inch mark at the bottom in the little gully of the cutter. That's what I call the gully of the cutter. And then you're going to cut across there and it is going to leave you with these two pieces, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to score it at 3.5. And what I love about our cutter, many things I love about our cutter, but I love that it has a scoring blade and it has a cutting blade. And then you're going to flip it over and score it at 3.5. Now, you could do that differently, but the thing that I love is I don't want to have to remember more than a few measurements. That's just the reality for me. And so if I don't want to have to remember a few extra measurements, that is exactly what I'm going for. And thus you have your accordion card. Now, if you've seen me do this before, you're like, okay, I've seen that. Because since January, we've been doing this accordion card, but we've been doing it different ways. And that's an impetus too. Go on back and check my videos. When you're on YouTube, all of them are saved. And you can see how different it looks with different paper and different accessories. And so that's kind of what I want to show as well. So that's what we're doing today. But you've been voting on it all through January on the different votes. So the voting that we had today, let me show you. The voting that we had today was between the black and white DSP, which is part of that beautiful Love You Always flower set that I showed you. It's called True Love Design Series paper. Last week in Simply Fantastic, I used the Love You Always. So you want to check out and see what those papers look like. This is all part of that huge suite that Love You Always is included in. So kind of want to show that. And the black matte dots are part of that today as well. So the paper you had was the True Love design paper or the butterfly paper. This paper is gorgeous. All of these gorgeous black and white designs, okay? And then, so that's all your beautiful black and white. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This DSP is amazing. Or you have the Butterfly DSP, which is equally gorgeous, very springy and flowy and happy. So I will tell you, the vote was tied. Literally tied. So I did one of each card today because your voting was tied. Now what I'm going to show you today on the video is a butterfly card, just because I'm not going to show you two, but I have one of each card made because you love them equally the same, which is super fun. So I was like tallying them up and I was like, oh, we're totally tied. The other vote that we had was for, sorry, I had all of these pieces. There it is. I wonder if I'm my other color. Okay, was for Mary Merlot with Magenta Madness, or just Jade with Magenta Madness. And guess what? That was tied as well. Hilarious. So I kind of did a combo with that as well. So those were equally tied. Then you had two punches, and you all voted for the story label. So that was kind of hands down. And I added the butterfly punch. And I punched out a whole bunch of butterflies, as you can see here. So I cut out butterflies from my stamp. I cut out my love and my always words from my stamps. I cut out my beautiful little flowers from my stamps. And then I punched out butterflies, and I punched out those story labels. Easy peasy. Then my last vote for you guys was, do I use gems, or do I use ribbon, or do I use both? And unanimously, you all voted for both, which I did as well. So we will be using both. Super, super fun with the voting. I actually have a really good time with that. One, because it makes me have to think outside of my own box, which I enjoy as well. Okay, so we've got all of these goodies over here to choose from. And we've got that ready. We do not need the colors, but I will remind you, Mary Merlot, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness. So if you're seeing this and you're like, ooh, I love the colors she's using, those are the colors. We will be using some dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out some dimensionals as well. All right, so I showed you the card base, how to get the card base of the fold. The DSP that we are using is cut widthwise is 3 7/16 of an inch. Okay, now I'm only going to show you one time how to put this on here, simply because you do not need to see me put a full card together. If you would like to see me put a full card together, there are several of these videos, like I said in the past, where I've done like a full card, but this was a lot of decorating, and I don't want you to miss out on all the decorating fun. So what that means for the card is, I'm trying to decide which side I want to use. I think I want to do that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I think, yeah, I'll go that way. So all I'm doing here is on this one, I'm actually going to put glue on the whole paper. Now, you've heard me say this before. You can use glue or any of the other adhesives that we sell. So there's actually no right or wrong on the adhesive. It's actually just whatever your preference is. I do love my bone folder for this because I like to make sure that it's nice and tight down. Okay, then your scissors. Now, our paper snips are brilliant for this. So the paper snips come along because everything's at a corner edge. You are going to cut that off, and no paper's wasted. I always end up going back and putting this somewhere else on this card or another card, so I will save that. Now, obviously, on this card, I'm not doing that because I've already put everything else down. But I wanted to show you how that can go together. And then we're going to do a couple more accents on this, and then we're ready to decorate. And I wanted to do that because the decorating is a little more intense. I don't want to say intense because it's just super fun to decorate, but it's a little more, I'm doing a lot more with the decorating this time. Big shocker there. And then let's put that down. And then let's do our tear and tape for our ribbon. Now, I like tear and tape for our ribbon. I think it is the best for our ribbon because I think it holds it down and it stays. Tear and tape is a permanent adhesive. Great for making boxes and other things like that as well. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to let that dry for a minute, so we'll do it on this side to start with. And so for tear and tape, I was going to decide where I want my ribbon to go. That's what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to start on this side. And the idea behind tear and tape is exactly what the word implies. Tear and tape. So it tears. You do not have to cut it. And then you push it down and make sure it stays nice and tight. And then, let's see, we'll do that up here. There's no right or wrong. This is all aesthetically pleasing to you. So I am making a line where I'm going to put ribbon. So I'm trying to decide where I want that ribbon to be. And so this is truly, this is up to you. This is like whatever is going to be the most appealing to you. So let's see. I think here. So this is super fun. Now this one that I did, what I'm loving about these cards is that one, that they're all so different. So like I said, go back and look at what I've created in the past and none of them look the same. And I love that. That's a favorite for me, how different they can turn out. I'm trying to see if I want that up here. Right here. Okay. So with the tear and tape, the reason I'm doing that and I want it to sit down is because I really want it to be nice and tight. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and you see I'm just kind of rubbing across there and just like letting that set in. Okay. So a couple other things that we're going to do prep work wise. Is we're going to go ahead with our words, our love and our always. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put dimensionals down. Now, we have two sizes of dimensionals, as you can see here. I have a regular size and mini. What I love about, sorry, what I love about the black set that you can get is you get regulars and mini in the same set, which is what I'm currently using here. And I like the mini, as you can see, because it's fitting in these tiny little word areas, which can get a little elusive. And so that is brilliant. I love that. So we're going to do that so that they're ready. I'm going to set those aside so that they are ready. This is all that prep work. You know that I like to do what I call assembly line. And so when I'm making cards, I do indeed do assembly line. Now, this is going to be the front of my card. So the question of the day, it's not like a major, but it's decorating, it's aesthetically pleasing. So the question of the day will be, do we want the pink with the green words, or do we want the green with the pink words? And I think I want the green. Okay, so another step that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on there on the word so that it can go in the middle of that little storyteller label. Isn't that a pretty label? I do like the label. That was unanimous, although it is a favorite for me too. I really like it. Punches are really fun. They're like a fun little extra, and that's what Added Extra Glitter is all about, is just like to start stepping up your card a little from the Simply Fantastic with a few extra little extras, punches, dimensionals, gems, some of the sparkly, which I love. Okay, now let's go ahead. That has sat enough. Let's go ahead and get our ribbon on. so that we can do the next stage, which is our butterflies and flowers. Ah, favorite. Okay, so I'm using my Pica tool. I find that to be the easiest to pull off the pieces, and I am going to lay my ribbon down. Now, the ribbon that I'm using is this black organdy ribbon, which, good gravy, it is stunning, you guys. It's kind of a go-to, like it matches everything. So you could never go wrong if you choose this ribbon, you would never go wrong. You'd be like, yes, to that beautiful ribbon. Look at that. And it adds so much. So the little things that you do to step up your project that just adds a little extra flair. Now the black, I chose the black one because I think that it balances out all the colors. I love color. I love all the bright colors, but sometimes you need a grounding color. That's what this black does, in my opinion. That's what this ribbon does. So I think it's brilliant, and I think it adds just the spark that is needed for this card. Because look at that already. Like already then your eye is drawn. And that's what it means when I say grounding, a grounding color. You want your eye to have a place to land. Sometimes with multicolors, um it can start to feel like it's at like it's taking your eye everywhere. Your grounding color gives your eyes a place to rest and land and go, oh, okay, that's kind of drawing my eye, and then it balances everything else out. You see what I mean? Like it just balances everything out. It gives it this beautiful, beautiful tone. I love it. So good call, guys, on both, because then we're going to use some of those black matte dots as well. So that's going to be the theme with that, is that we're going to use the black because we have so many colors. And so that's kind of a deciding factor when you start to decide, how do I want to decorate? What do I want to do? It all depends on the colors that you're using and the effect that you want to go with it. So I love Bright and Cheery. This is super, super springy, which, let's be real, we're all ready for super, super springy weather here in Ohio for certain. We're ready for the spring weather to happen. This does that for you. So this gives you that beautiful springy, but then like tones it down and then gives it that elegance with that black, I think, too. So okay, so let's do one more, and then you're seeing how that effect just kind of takes over, aren't you? Like, wow, that's so, so pretty. So I'd love to hear how your week has gone. This has been, like I said, this has been a rougher week for us. Everybody was down sick, which is so unusual. And the fact that my husband even took time off work is crazy. He has so many sick days that he can't even accrue more sick days because he hasn't taken his sick days. So yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling the best." So I'm glad that he did that. Okay, so there is your ribbon already. Look at that. Like what a difference that makes. Okay. So ribbon aside, we'll put that away. And then we're going to start our decorating. So trying to decide where I want that to set. I love that there. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And we're going to go ahead and put our words on. And then we're ready for our butterflies and flowers, which I'm so excited to show you how to do these butterflies and flowers because they are really stunning. Okay, so we have that. And we're going to do our love right there. Isn't that gorgeous? So, so pretty, you guys. You did good color choices. Very fun that you guys can decide either. Actually, I couldn't either. I thought they were all quite beautiful. I love all these color choices. And I love how they turned out with the butterfly. I love the love and the always. Love it. And then we'll do the always across here. Is that not gorgeous? Okay, so then we have all of those bits and pieces set up, and it's time to play with our flowers and our butterflies. And so I'm going to show you how I decided how everything was going to sit on here. Because you want it to look good open and closed as a card, because it's accordion, so it all closes together. So you want that all together. Alrighty, so exciting. Look how gorgeous that is already. Already your eye is like drawn to these beautiful places. Okay, so what we have going here is, so we have butterflies and we have flowers. Now, what you need to do with these is that you need to have 2 of each for whatever you're going to use, because they're going to go front and back. So let me show you what I mean by that. Or do I want, I think I want that. I like that flower. Yes, I love that flower. So here's what you have to start doing, because you need it to dry for a few minutes. So you need 2 of the same flower because they're going to go front and back. So you're going to put glue on kind of the top area of the flower, and you're going to put the flowers back to back so that they sit nicely with one another, and then you're going to let that dry, and we'll come back to that. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute, but I want to set that there so I can figure out the next part of my layer, which I think I want to be another flower on the front section. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have those flowers go back to back. So this is just a little tip I'm showing you and making this card. This is very different. I have not done this in the other videos where it's going to like go on top of the little zigzag line. But the beauty is that this card is a little bit smaller, so it'll still fit in your envelope. Okay, so then you got a flower and a flower, which I love. So this is how I made the card. So you're looking at it like this. So you got a flower and a flower. So then I have to decide. I think I want a pink butterfly. Ooh, I like that. And I think, let's see, what else do we want? This is just all me, obviously. This is just me playing. I'm trying to decide if I want another little flower. Because the way that sits, you could have that, or you could have... Oh, that could be really pretty. That could be really pretty. So, and then you could have an opposite butterfly on the other side and give yourself a different color on the other side, which is super fun. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make those butterflies, just the top of them, come together so that it has a nice stick to it. So if I've got that there, then I could get away with a butterfly sticking up there, which would be really pretty. So we'll have an extra butterfly for that area. All right. And so our final destination, let's see. Yeah, maybe him. So we're going to put him together too. So look at that. My husband did some printing on my good white cardstock. What? And then he's like, oh, I didn't use it all. I'm like, you'll be putting that back and I will I will be using it. He was cracking up. He was like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, I will totally use that paper. You just won't see the one side. I'll just do it so you can't see the one side. He thought that was so funny. Like, you're not wasting my paper. Let's not be crazy. Let's not be crazy. Okay, so let's start with that, and then we're going to add extras on there. So we've let that dry. So now you have, I'm going to move this just a little bit, keep them where you want them. Now you have like a little pocket. Okay, so you're going to take that glue and you're going to go on both sides of that little pocket, and then you're going to slide it down in to your piece, and you're going to lay it flat and lay it flat, and look what has happened. You've literally decorated both sides at the same time. Isn't that super cool? With your little pocket that you've got going on. Now you're going to do the same thing to all of these little guys. We'll get our pockets in, and then we're going to add the final touches. So you got your little pocket in, and your little pocket in like that. Okay, this is where I like to have my bone folder again. And then this guy kind of sits on top of him, so give him a little bit of glue so you can lay down flat and you can hold it on there. This is where you clean your bone folder off when you're done, which I feel like I'm always cleaning my bone folder off. Okay, so there is the start. Look how gorgeous that is already. Then you've got your little butterfly, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the pocket again. Got our little pocket here and here, and we're going to come down into this section here. So our little butterfly sits down in, and see, you've got your little butterfly there. So your pocket, come across, and you've got another pocket. Look how cute that is. Okay, then you got your butterfly here, and you can make him sit wherever you want, because your other butterfly will go on the other side, but you can make him be wherever you want him to be too. So it's super, super cool how you can decorate with these guys and have it really turn out so beautifully. Okay, so you've got a butterfly there. Then when you flip it over, all you're going to do is you're going to come back across with that other butterfly, and you're going to cover where those wings sit. Do you see how easy that is, but how cool the effect is? And you're creating this gorgeous card, and it's super easy because you're doing those pockets, so you're decorating at the same time. Are you seeing this little piece keep following me? Okay, so then look at that. So then you've got your butterfly on that side. Look at what you have created, you guys. So cool. Then you've got your pocket here with your big butterfly, and then you start to look and decide what is still needed. Okay, so you got your big pocket here with your butterfly. So beautiful. Okay, and then look at what you're looking at, like when you're looking down at it, and then look at what you're looking at when you're looking open. And that's all you're going for. And so then when you go to finalize what you want to do, then it's all play. Then there is no right or wrong. It's all about the play. And so I almost wondered, this is why I brought this, because I did not do the Mary Merlot mix on the other one that I did, but I kind of thought that I could get away with it, and I can. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to put him on dimensionals. This is all play. This is all play. Looking at my time. Oh, they're pretty good. So this is where you can just start adding bits and pieces, which is what I'm going to do here. So this is what I would do. I would add the bits and pieces, add extra pieces on there so that you can create a full-on beautiful card. But I want to show you what else I made. And of course, you'll see these. If this is another benefit of Facebook. If you go on to Facebook, you will be able to see everything fully created. I did want to tell you that I used these. I'll do it on the front. I used the little black matted pieces, and I'll do it on the front here as my final, like my little extra accented touches. And the other thing that you can do, and I'll show you on the cards that are already done, you could use Wink of Stella on your butterflies and flowers as well, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, and look how that, again, draws your eye. And then I only did dots on butterflies. You could do whatever you wanted. You could do it on butterflies and flowers. But I actually only did dots on my butterflies. Look how gorgeous that looks, and how that brings out another extra layer with your stuff. All right. So this is the idea behind Choose Your Adventure this week with the butterflies and flowers. This is the butterfly DSP. Let me show you another butterfly DSP that is all done. So here is a butterfly DSP. Look at the gigantic butterfly I started with. And do you see the shimmer? If I hold it, yeah, you can see, like, I made all of my butterflies like shimmery. I did all of that. So here it is open. Okay, there you go. See what I mean by all the detail? Then I started adding flowers down and pieces down. But you still have room to write. You have room to write here. You could sign your name right there. You got that beautiful. And then you have room to write on this side as well. So I think these cards are phenomenal. I just think they turned out so, so well. You have room. You could add other sentiments or whatever. But I just think this is gorgeous. Wouldn't this be a happy card? You'd be so happy to get that in the mail. You'd be like, what is this fabulous? And I love how it kind of grows over the top. I think that's super cool. So there's that one. Then here is the black and white. Are you guys ready? So elegant. So I used gold ribbon and I used champagne gems, and I only did Mary Merlot. I did Mary Merlot with the black and white and totally kept it this like really, really elegant. It's still all the same when you see the shimmer with the Winkastella that I put on there, but it's really, really elegant. Like it totally, like look how different that look is. But the exact same elements, exact same butterflies, exact same punches, just a whole different look. So there are your pieces that you can look at. I will post this on Facebook, and I'm going to do a black and white with all magenta madness, and I'm going to do a black and white with all just jade, so you can see the three colors on the black and white and see how they look. Okay, super, super excited. Let's go to the front, my friends. I love the butterflies, but I hope that I gave you some other options. Check out the dragonflies. You can always, always ask me, you guys. I will gladly help you figure out what works in your budget, what works with your style to help you order so that you can make cards as well, because that's the goal, is to make cards to send cards. Because why? We want to go and make the world a better place. So use your voice in your way, in your uniqueness that is you, to make the world a better place. And until I see you next week on Over the Moon, my friends, I bid you adieu.